What up,
Hey,
everybody?
man. Don't
Morning,
mind me. I'm
morning.
busy still fixing my hair because I
Yeah,
decided at the last minute to take a shower as always.
what I do? I hit that comment by accident.
Playing from laptop 0
Hide
ARP.
current
Hard to
comment.
connect.
Yeah,
How
yeah, I
is
was playing with
everybody?
my phone. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that was just you on the chat in the room.
Hmm.
I always have to click it to clear it when, like, after you switch phones, switch devices
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. Like, it will still show that there's two people in the back waiting, like in the um.
Yeah, mine says one right now. Even though there can't be no link was dropped. Um,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I guess that was me when I switched over. So yeah. So what's everybody up to on this fine Wednesday? You know. We have two shows this week, right, Jules? We're doing another one Thursday.
Yep, tomorrow we have, let me copy the StreamYard link. But
What's up,
tomorrow we
Terry?
have a special guest coming on. Post comments. I'm gonna post a link in chat, you guys, in case anybody wants to come up and say hey and chat about your week. But yeah, we have a special guest coming on tomorrow to tell his story. So we're really excited. I'm gonna create the link for his stream today. I spent the last 2 days looking for the perfect thumbnail to put. So when I created his stream, it wasn't, I just didn't want it to be boring. I wanted to kind of, represent him as much as possible, kind of thing. So I figured that'd be the best thing to do was just find like, the right kind of thumbnail that actually, people will look at it and be like, oh wow, because it's both a recovery and survivor story. So we thought it would be a good idea to make it so it was a separate stream. So we can use this as a check-in. Like a couple of people said they might want to come up today, so I just figured doing two separate streams would probably be a better idea, just in case.
And when we say come up, we mean like talk about like serious stuff, not bullshit about nonsense. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah, no, yeah. We don't want to just sit and, fart around the entire time. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you can come up and say how your week's been, if it's been good or bad or whatever, but, I was just saying to Variety, I just don't want to be like, any of the other channels. People get on to the stream and they, once you just get into a conversation, it somehow brings up crap that we don't, it just kind of adds fuel to the fire type thing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, by all means, if you want to do a check and see, somebody's having a good week or a bad week, absolutely, absolutely feel free to pop in.
And as a lot of people know, yesterday was Alex and Sabrina's birthday. I also found out yesterday was Jaime's birthday also.
It was?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Why do I think, I don't know, for some reason, I feel like she may have told me that forever ago that she shared a birthday
So
with
happy
Alex.
birthday to Jaime if you're in the bushes or you see this later. Happy birthday to you. Sorry I didn't
Happy
get you a
birthday,
happy birthday
sis. Love
yesterday.
you.
That's 100% confirmed. My sources are correct.
My sources are accurate.
They are. On this one, they are.
Like, this is a confirmed birthday, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Dickie. Yeah, I love Jaime. She's so sweet.
Yeah, we said that Southwest. We said Alex Sabrina,
Yep. Alex.
and I found out that yesterday was Jaime's birthday.
Yep.
Um,
It's so funny. Like, all three of
hmm
them have the same birthday.
That's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah, it is. It really
March
is.
15th for all of them. Yeah.
That's crazy. I have like a close friend of mine who is March 17th. Um, but I always thought it was funny because I'm like, oh, you're on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. hmm
Oh, it finally got warm out. It's supposed to be like like 60. Well, yeah, like 60 all week. Well, tomorrow said almost 70. Hi, Selena.
What's going on, Selena? How are you?
Pisces.
I'm a
Yeah,
Virgo.
I know Emily is a Pisces. She and I were, you're welcome, Dickie. She and I were going back and forth because I'm an Aquarius. I said, Aquarius is down. She said, oh, that one, she's so cute.
Yeah,
They are like amazing people, her and Cup.
absolutely, absolutely. What's going on, Rod?
Hey, Rod. Hi,
Yeah.
Terrence.
Let me move this thing here for a second. Okay. Yeah. So tonight I got a basketball game. Let's see what time is it.
Oh, did you
Bring
get
West
to watch the
Coast.
basketball game the other night?
Yeah, but they lost. They were down to the Kings. I mean, every team loses to a garbage team, but
Right.
Chicago was down 20 at one point, and then they got to
Yeah.
within 3, and then they lost by 12.
Wow.
But I mean, they still got players hurt and stuff, and they're saving them for the playoffs. But tonight they play the Jazz in Utah. Um, both teams are the number 4 seed in their respective conferences going against each other. So if they could pull off a win tonight against the Jazz, that would be great. But the Jazz are a good team.
I was
You
gonna say
know.
that's what I thought I heard actually, that they were a good team. I don't really watch them obviously, but I did hear that they were a good team, so
hmm
that's cool.
They lost their last game, the Jazz. They lost to the Bucks at home, 117 to 111. So if the Bucks can knock them off, Chicago can do the same but the Lakers have been very surprising. Even though Anthony Davis has been out, he doesn't really contribute anyway. The Lakers um, are the number 9 seed. So what happens this year is the 7 through 10 seeds, they do a play-in. I guess it's a one game, like
Yep.
baseball does.
Yep.
That's pretty much how that works.
Hi, MJ 420.
Hey, MJ. I didn't see that comment. All I see is because Southwest's name is in caps like my name, and that's all I see on
Oh,
screen is his name.
I honestly thought about putting mine in caps, and I'm like, nah. I write in caps. It'd probably be a bad idea if you won't be able to separate my name from what I'm
Yeah.
writing. So I was like, yeah, I probably won't do that. I'll just leave it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ridiculous when it comes to like writing in caps, but it's like I do it out of habit now. Like, I before I would just do it, randomly be like, oh guys, hey, like I just wanted to shout something, and now I'm just like I mostly type in caps.
That's a pet peeve of mine, I have to admit. People that
Not
know me
like
know I hate caps. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, you know, I use them rarely, and it's to stand out once in a blue moon and make a statement.
right.
You
Yeah.
know, but
I,
to each their own. I've mellowed back on a lot of my stuff. So
I mean, I
it's
don't
like,
think I do it as often now because I say it and people are like, "You do," and I mean, I thought I did, but for the most part, I think I do. But I used to
hmm
hate it too. I used to yell at people all the time, like, "Do you really need to write in caps? Like, you just trying to like, be noticed above everybody else's comments or something." Hey,
yeah.
Danny, how are you?
Hello, Danny. Let me scroll back through the list. Let's see.
It's too damn hot for this crap.
Yeah. Don't, don't mind Jules. She's just getting out of the shower and kind of getting together, and I'm just trying to keep everything going also. So
Gonna say I
we're
figured as long as I can still chat while I'm getting my my life together in here.
She's
But
got a hot day today, so she's got to get ready.
yeah, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, tomorrow's gonna be almost 70, so I'm like, I literally cannot wait for. I'm
Oh,
super.
really?
Yeah, I was like,
Wow.
"Oh, where does this weather come from? Like, this is why everybody's getting so damn sick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like insane. My boys were actually just up coughing and stuff last night. And I'm like, no, I'm like, you guys literally have tomorrow and Thursday left of school this week because they are doing like a book fair at school, like the Scholastic Book Fair. And then Friday there's no school. So I'm like, you guys, please don't get super sick. You can't go. But they were
Oh,
good this
shit.
morning.
I didn't even see you. What's up, Nat? How are you?
No poor Nats.
Hey, yo, I wanted
PS4
to
is
come on
broken.
today, but unfortunately I didn't bring my headphones today, and, it's broken PS5. Yeah, I saw your video, Nat. I commented on it. I know the last couple I didn't. Normally I comment on all your videos, you know that, but the one from
Oh,
last night I did, and it looks kind of funny, the graphics and shit. Yeah.
I didn't even see that video. So I have to go look.
Mm, yeah.
Dickie. He said, I didn't know Jules was taking me to dinner.
Mm-hmm. Let me see what it says 44 in Boston.
Yeah. Supposed to get
So
up
they,
to like 50, I think, well, like 55, I think, in Leominster. And then tomorrow it said 68, I think. So like pretty damn close to
what I
70.
see for Boston is tomorrow 57 and Friday 68.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me look at mine. Uh,
Hey, MJ, St. Patty's Day is the 17th, so tomorrow. I'm like, this tomorrow.
oh, St. Patty's Day is this week.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. I'm 90% sure.
That sucks,
Usually,
Nat.
I usually only remember because it's just 317. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Need some green drinks or something. Like, I wanted to find like the boys a recipe on Pinterest for like a Shirley Temple type thing, or like a
Mm-hmm.
like a weird little smoky type green kids drink. That would be so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like the kids would get
Absolutely.
into it.
They should make a like a not a chocolate milk, but a milk that is like green
Yeah,
themed St. Pat type of stuff. That would be pretty cool.
that would be cool. They
Yeah.
just started trying the Shamrock shakes from McDonald's. Last year they wouldn't try them, but this year they're like, I want one. I'm like, you don't even know if you like it. I'll get one to share for you two to try. If you guys like it, we can, you guys can each get your own next time.
Yeah.
And no, of course, they're like, I need my own. Well, I got them one, and they were so infatuated with it. I had to go back and get a second one.
Mm-hmm.
Make green sugar cookies. Oh, yeah. Good. Yeah, I didn't even think about doing like a, cookie or anything.
I
I was
love
only
homemade
thinking,
cookies.
yeah, like we bake
Hell yeah.
cookies together and stuff, but like I usually only think about like, on holidays or whatever, I think about drinks and shit. Like, because like you can put like whipped cream or whatever, and the kids really like that. They like to spray their own whipped cream on. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
Jeff, you could do that. You could put the but I'd like to see like shit with the swirls, So what I would do is
Mhm.
like put it in a glass and take the coloring and go like this. Um,
Oh
that way
yeah.
you get the swirls and shit. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be actually if you did it like all around the inside of the cup or something,
Mm-hmm.
and then put
Because I'm going
the
for more of a look, not a taste. What's up, Jay?
right. Yeah, yeah, because
Forgot today was Monday, almost went live on this channel.
I
Hey,
know
it's all good.
the boys don't genuinely care about as long as they get to spray whipped cream and stuff. They're like, I don't care about the taste. They just want to look at it.
Yeah.
I told them that we'll have to like think of some cool, hey Jay, some cool little like St. Patrick's Day crafts or something, you know?
Yeah, that was fun being a kid, like we spoke about the other day. You know, I wish I was a kid again and not a care in the world. And
Yeah, those were definitely the days. I mean, there was not much you needed to worry about. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you know, I definitely would definitely miss those days for sure.
absolutely.
I tell my kids all the time, like, you guys are quick to say, you know, but I think it's every kid does this. But they're quick to say, you know, I want to be a big boy or I want to be a big girl. I want to grow up. I wish I was older. It's like, no, trust me. Every adult wishes they were kids.
Yeah, I never had Five Guys. I want to try. You know, I want to try. I want to try the Wahlburgers. I've never had any of those.
I can't stand Jay right now.
You know, I've never had any of those.
Five Guys is real. I only had their French fries. I haven't like actually had like a burger from there, but their fries are they're so good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, whew. So shame on you, Jay, for not bringing me some over.
Yeah. Hmm.
I have to keep you up there, chained up there. You know what I mean? So
How far is Five Guys from you? Far or close?
no, it's actually really close. It's like right around the corner, kinda.
Mm.
I'm trying to think, maybe like 5 or 6 minutes, I think, because it's by the Kmart Plaza. Jay, you know how
Hey,
long it takes to get to Five Guys from my house?
what
Hey,
up,
girl.
girl?
What a burger. What a burger. I never knew what that was. I never heard of that in my life. That what a burger. I
Uh-huh.
think it was like recently, and I heard about it for the first time.
Mm.
You want a burger fix, but Five Guys is great. Oh, Jeff, you had Five Guys before? They have a Five Guys there in Mexico?
In Mexico, she said.
In
Oh shit.
Mexico.
Yeah. Mm.
You
That's
got,
funny.
you know, down in the south? I'm just kidding. No, but really, Jeff, you guys have one for real? Or no? I feel like he probably just tried one at some point when he was like not home.
Burger
But,
Fix. What the hell is that? I never even heard of Burger Fix. Is that that's a
like,
chain?
I have no idea. I never heard of Burger Fix before.
In and
Like,
Out, that's
MJ.
the other one. I've never had that either. Yeah.
Yeah, I never heard of Burger Fix before, but
Let me Google that.
yeah, please do, because I'm like, now I'm curious. Hey, Kat.
Where is Burger Fix?
You said, where is Burger Fix?
Burger Flex around Fenton.
It says
Did it say,
Burger Flex, not
oh, that's
Burger
what I said.
Fix.
I'm like, did it say what?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe MJ typed it wrong or something. Then maybe it is Burger. What it say, Flex or? Oh, you said so. Burger Fix is downtown Leominster, so maybe it's just a here thing.
I would think you would know that place, right, Jules?
I should. I don't leave.
Yeah.
Like, come on. I don't get to do nothing, Jeff. I literally just stay inside.
I have to agree with that one. I mean, you know, that's
Burger King.
mm,
That is the best. I had to ask my boys last night whether they liked Wendy's or McDonald's best. And of course, Noah says, well, I like McDonald's best because they have the best toys. But I like Wendy's best because they have the best fries. I'm like,
mm-hmm.
oh God, you guys. What time are you going to Lowell, Jeff? Where is the remote? So I can... I know. I like some profile pictures too.
I don't know if you want to go from a big city to a small town. I'd
Yeah,
rather do it the other way around, to go from a big,
small
small
town
town to
people.
a big city. But also I would like to, be in the, like the nature and stuff and, be away from everything.
Yep.
Um,
Hey,
also,
Cupcake.
so
Right. Like, I feel
what's,
like, I don't know,
what's
I
up,
always
Cupcake?
wanted to, like, move to a big city, but I'm like, I don't know. I also feel like, why would I really go to a big city, especially while the kids are little? Because I feel like, I mean, yes, there'll be stuff for us to do, like more things for us to do, I feel like, but I also think that like going to a big city, it would be so busy that I really would have to like worry about them. You know what I mean? Let's see. It is small, Danny.
Oh, you meant you going from a big city to a small. My bad.
I mean, some people actually do it though. They say
Hmm.
just the busyness of a big city is gets to be too much after a while, or
Hmm.
it could be like a couple and having, kids or whatever, and they just want to raise them in a small town.
Yep.
But
Hey, Kursika. Yeah, Minnesota headwaters of the Mississippi on the live Mississippi River headwaters. Yeah, I like to get out that way also and go to like Green Bay and stuff like that. That would be pretty cool.
that would be cool. I love that.
16K. Yeah, that's for a single city. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, it is.
Because in a specific county and you have all these cities, that's a lot. 16,000.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, isn't that like a decent amount even for like an actual city, like a big city, right?
Hmm.
You know.
I mean, then when you talk like New York City that has 8.4 million just in New York City, and then you have Bronx, Brooklyn, Staten Island, Manhattan, Queens, the boroughs, the five boroughs.
Yeah.
Um, I think New York has what, like 15 million people total. And
Oh
Long
wow.
Island alone is like 5 million. Let me Google it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's crazy.
How many people are on Long Island?
Long Island.
How many people on Long Island?
In 2019, the population of Long Island was
7.6
7,647,286.
million
Holy moly, huh?
in 2019.
That's crazy. That's a lot of people.
Hmm. That's where I live most of my life,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Did you like it growing up or
Yeah, it was all right,
yeah,
it's all right. That's why I would be on Travis's streams because he was only 20 minutes from me. We lived close, even though we never met.
right.
He was very close to me, so
Yeah.
that's how I basically had met him, and that's what we had in common. So,
Yeah. That's cool. He's such a good dude.
yeah.
He is really a good dude. Him and his girlfriend.
Hmm.
Like she was always like just cracking jokes at him and stuff. Like I just like her.
Hmm.
He's hilarious. MJ, I'm staying here.
I don't
Yeah,
pimp him out because I like his small streams. You know what I'm saying? Like
yep.
it's more. I mean, even though he's got like 7K
Right.
subs, it's still a small stream because he got most of his subs from the Filipino community, which there's nothing wrong with that,
Right.
at all. So,
Because I think when I used to go in there all the time, there was probably like maybe 7 to 12 of us, I think, to be honest. Like for some reason I'm thinking 12 people, but there was a few times it was like, 5 or 6 of us. So um let's see, hold on. Oh, sorry, but I have to step out because it is my canine dog training time. But Jeff is going to still be here. Bye, Penny Ortiz. Bye, Penny.
Isn't that Jeff on his wife's account or something?
I
Very-
think. Well, I was gonna say I don't know if it's actually Jeff or if it's actually his wife.
Oh,
Let's see.
a lot of poems today.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding with you, Nat. I'm fucking with you. I'm frantically looking for some sort of headphones and mix sounds. Let's say, really wanted to come on, hang out, go people. All good, all good. At least you're in the stream today and you didn't comment afterwards saying, "Ah, damn, I missed it. I wish I would have came on." But
Yeah.
it's all good, you know.
That's why I
Yeah.
messaged her immediately because I was like, oh yeah, so while I'm thinking about it, let me just bring it up to her before she says to me like tomorrow, oh, I remember to come on.
Yeah,
So I was like, I figured I'd check in now and make sure, that I wasn't that jerk that didn't remember and,
yep. What's going on over there, Nat? Is Spider-Man still in your neck of the woods? Are you still looking for Preds with him, or did he leave already?
I thought he left already. Joe, it is all both of us. He has a lot of
That's it.
TVs. What are they like on? What do you mean?
Well, I know one day he came on and made a comment saying, "I'm on my wife's account," so I guess that comment just stuck with me also.
Gotcha.
Oh, yesterday morning, okay. Well, at least you had some, because I know you've been talking a while about you wanting somebody to come out your way to collab with. So I'm glad that you got to do that. That was pretty cool. I
Awesome,
still didn't watch
MJ.
the
Thank
last
you.
video of the car chase pred. I started watching it and then I got a phone call.
That was good. It was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I was gonna say instead of me having to type it out then, but MJ 420, that's awesome. If you can send it to me. Oh, but
Sure, let me
yeah, thank you.
personally. That's his real number, so I know everything
That's
about
so
him
good.
already. But are you going to confront him alone? That's the question. You know?
Right. I know because I said she should have like one of her friends, but
mhm.
the friend like that said they might be able to help her just has been busy, so uh but it's like just in case, like anything goes on. I just don't want to see her being by herself,
Mhm.
you know.
I would if I was close by, but you know,
Right.
I'm not. I'm not. But I would definitely in a heartbeat. And I would have liked to have met up with them in Florida. Also had Ryan texted me like say the night before because it happened to be a bad day that they were close to me. Not as
Yeah,
close as they thought, but still close.
I was gonna say because didn't they think they were like 30 minutes from you or something, and they were like 3 hours or something?
No, not that crazy. No, they thought they were 10 miles away and they were 36 miles away.
Oh,
Yeah, which is
okay.
still not, close, but
Right.
um,
That's so funny.
yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was.
Hmm.
Oh my God. So one of my friends, she had like she's been like, fighting her with her addiction for years and years. And she I think it was like Monday maybe last week. Her mom had just told me that like she'd been doing pretty good for the most part for the last year, like been very much on point and like asking for help when she's in her head and stuff. But she ended up relapsing and she OD'd and been in the hospital. I'm like, geez, I'm like, so it's like it sucks too because it's like, this is literally like what she and I had spoke about, you know, she was just so in her head. She had so much stuff going on. Jay, I'm going to beat you up. And then I'm gonna Vlad, don't encourage this. What the crap? He's like, show us on Discord. Don't do it.
What's up, Burrito?
Hey, Burrito. Yeah, Vlad, it's crazy. It definitely is crappy for sure, you know. It's like wish I could have helped her. What the crap?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean it sucks. Like her mom. Yeah, you should have gotten the prize. I can't stand.
I always miss Jay's Instagrams. Well, not all of them, but most of the lives. But like, I'll see a lot, like different people that will. I'll see a live that says started like 2 minutes ago. I click on it and the shit's over already. I'm like, man, what the hell is with these quickies, man?
I know. Yeah,
That happens a lot.
he's like in and out real quick. It's like, damn, bro. Like by the time I see the notification, like you're already gone.
Mm-hmm.
Vlad's like, oh yeah, I need to see this burger. Hi, beautiful Lynn.
What's up, Len? What's going on? Hope you well.
I want to see the burger now too. Like I can't stand you guys, and I'm only gonna taunt myself too. Like I don't even know why I want
I
to.
don't, shit. I don't, I don't want to see something that I would want, like then I
That's why
have to go to
I
Burger King.
don't even know why I want to. I'm like, yeah, maybe I just need to drool over a burger, you know?
Yeah. Go check Discord. Okay. I'm heading to Discord now.
You better show it on your I hate you.
Now I gotta scroll through 20 different Discords here. I always get his Discord avatar and PP Toronto's like mixed up because they're kind of similar.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Good, Jay. I'm gonna screenshot that and I'm going to send it to you every single day this week so you remember you said you're gonna bring me a Five Guys burger. Hey Kim. Like now I'm just gonna remind you daily because now I'm thinking about it and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that looks good though. That's a sloppy burger right there. That shit'll hit the spot, let me tell you.
Show me.
Wow.
What's like you got everything on it, Jay, or just got it as is? Like I don't know if they like,
It might not show on here.
Oh my god, what? That thing's banging.
Yeah.
Wow. Now really I'm gonna screenshot that and hold it against you all week.
But I don't do ketchup though.
No, my God.
No. Yeah. I'll do mustard, like a dish of mustard, but ketchup I'm not even like with fries, I don't mess with that, man. It takes the flavor away from my shit,
Right. Yeah. Let's see.
Reminds me, I was watching a video the other night. This guy who went to an all-you-can-eat fish and chips buffet. It was a $15 buffet, and he got he got turned away after eating 30 pieces of fish. And how we got 30 pieces down in the first place, I have no clue. He was also eating French fries,
Really?
like fish and chips, yeah. And the owner came over to him and goes, "That's it." And he's like, but he explained, he's like, the guy just said that and just immediately walked away. Had he stayed for a second, I would have been like, listen, I'll give you more, because he was making a video. Obviously, he's going to make a lot of money from said video that he's posting to YouTube that has nearly 1 million views.
Yep.
He's like, I would have paid more money to get more food. That wasn't an issue. But he's like, the guy didn't even like offer me to do that, So, yeah, that kind of sucks.
What they turned him down because of why though? Like
because he's eating too much.
Oh, like I don't want to get in trouble for like making you slow walk into the car or something.
Nah, the owner said you're eating me out of the house, man.
Oh, okay.
You paid me $15 and you just ate $300 worth of fish.
Right?
That's pretty much what they told the guy. I had a phone call,
Seriously,
so I
yeah.
missed.
It is totally sponsored by Five Guys.
What's up, Kim? Yeah.
Like insane. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, I could see that now. That like he's saying, like eating them out of like house
Mm-hmm.
and home, basically. Like you
Yeah.
can eat my entire restaurant, bro.
Mm-hmm. It was funny as hell because he's sitting there with this camera guy who's filming him. And I mean, that's embarrassing to have like, because we didn't see that part. He had cut the camera,
Yeah,
but he explains the story afterwards and stuff. But that's what this guy mainly does too. He's one of those people that goes and eats, like
like
does
a
eating
critic.
videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or eating challenges, type of stuff
Oh
too.
yeah, like what do they call that? Like, don't they have streams where they like literally they just point the video at their face and they like stuff their face with
Well,
food?
that's a mukbang video.
Oh my.
Yeah, yeah. But you have professional eaters who go to places and like the couple videos Alex did, it's like if you eat said dish, you get, a free t-shirt and your meal's free. These people,
Okay. Yep.
yeah, they go where if you eat all this, you get $1,000 on top of it.
Damn.
Like damn near impossible feats to accomplish, and they make
Yeah,
videos out of it.
I was just gonna say if the prize was like that, then yeah, I guess they would have to make it like damn near impossible. Like you'd
But
have to be some kind of special to finish it.
but you're destroying your body, doing that. You're expanding your stomach more than it should be each
Right.
time. You're
Yep.
you're eating probably
Right.
50,000 calories and sodium and fat and cholesterol and everything else.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like I don't care how many views you get, it's not worth the money in the long run. In 10 years, you're gonna have so many health problems. So that
Yeah,
money
it's
you're
just
making from it, it's useless.
yeah, I was gonna say shit'll clog your arteries real quick.
Mm, yep.
Clogged arteries, having heart attacks, like yeah, that's so true. But it's
Hmm.
like, I mean, if you aren't like driving around and doing them like all the time, you know what I mean? Maybe it wouldn't be so bad, but like I feel like if it's, something that you are doing on a regular basis, like weekly, that's
What's up,
probably
Joan?
really bad.
Yep.
That is true. And it's like, you're that young. It's like, you just can do anything, or at least you feel like it. And then, everything kind of catches up in the long run. Hey, Bobby Joe. And then you're like, damn, I regret it. Like, what did I even do? You know, like I would be so mad at myself if I like did those food challenges and then like, now being 40, I'd be like, okay, out, you
Yeah.
know.
What's up, Bobby?
Let's see, what did MJ say? Like at the old Mexican restaurant. Oh, if you ate the worm, you got a t-shirt, yeah, and your pick on the wall plus a buzz for days. That is so true. Yeah. Because it's like they'd like give you like the tequila or whatever, like you'd have to like drink it, I think from the bottle itself. I don't know. They give you
Mm-hmm.
like your own bottle. I never did it. I couldn't deal with all that. Like no worms in my drinks, please, thanks. Where is Joan? Oh, now I see her. Okay. I'm like, I knew I just saw you put a comment up on the screen, but
Were you in the bushes, Joan? I didn't see you in there. That's all right if you were. I'm in the bushes in the live streams myself, but
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Vlad is uh wonderful. We all love Vlad.
Yep. Vlad's awesome. You'll be
Mm.
39 on the 14th, huh, Danny? That's awesome. November 14th. So my son, one of my sons, he is November 16th, and my firstborn daughter, she is November 17th. So I actually had my first son Chase on the 16th, 16 years later. So on the day before her 16th birthday, she was actually having her friends over for her birthday party. And she got called from the hospital, like, so your mom's having a baby. She's like,
Wow.
what? She's like, this bitch. It's like, yeah, sorry. he just was not trying to hold out. He's like, no, this is a thing now. November 22nd. Oh, nice. Lynn, that's awesome. I know like so many people that are born in November. It's just so weird. It's like everybody just decided to be clustered in November. Yeah, Dickie, I thought it was cool, but my oldest daughter apparently did not. She was really salty. And then she was in the delivery room with me, and she was like petrified. And she's like, they had like a nurse in training in there, like a training midwife or whatever, and they had to put the IV in, and she was freaking out because the nurse didn't do it right. So they had to do it like 3 times. It was bad. So she's like, I'm like crying, like I was having like severe back labor. I was in so much pain. So, and I was doing it natural. I'm like, I can't. I did the girls natural. So I'm like, I don't want any drugs. I just want to do it, just get it done. Man, was I regretting it. By the time I actually wanted to get drugs to help me have this baby, it was like, nope, sorry, it's a little too late now.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that sucks. Oh, who said July 30th? I did just see that.
What's up, Ryan? Being 14 is going to be my intersection from turning 30. Absolutely. Yeah.
Dickie, my brother is July 30th. My nephew is July 31st. Ooh, Ryan gonna be 28. You mean 15?
Shit, I wish I was 28 again.
I know.
Yep.
Danny, my parents screwed on Valentine's Day. I'm gonna screenshot you guys' birthdays and try to remember them. Gonna have to like put them in my calendar so I can actually remember them. Let's see.
I'm not. I don't even know most of my family's birthday. Shit, forget
God.
about people on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I tell people all the time, don't trust me to remember birthdays. Like, I have T-Coys written in my calendar because I would completely forget. Like everybody that like from this community that I talk to on a normal basis, I have to save their birthdays in my calendar because I'm like, I barely remember mine. I get to CVS to pick up prescriptions and they'll ask me my name and date of birth, and I'm like thinking about it because I'm like, God, it's like me and there's 4 kids. Like, how do I not? So one of the boys usually ends up shouting it out because I'm like, thank you. Let's see. All right, I'm screenshotting this, guys. You guys thought I was kidding.
And I'm just scrolling through comments, just putting random ones up on the screen.
Right.
You know, not every comment is meant to go on the screen. You know,
Right.
you gotta read a room. Not talking to you, Julz.
Oh, I know.
And just in general, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're good. You
I
know
get
what I'm
it.
saying?
Yep,
Absolutely.
Yeah, you do though, because otherwise it could just be like asking for issues.
And then if somebody puts up a comment that they meant not to and they retract it, we still see it. And if we put it up, it
Right.
never leaves, even though they retracted it.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yep. I didn't know that.
Like take Terrence's comment here. He wrote something, and I just did that. Afterwards, he retracts that. It never goes off the screen. Every time you watch the stream, it'll still pop up like you see it on the screen, even if he retracts it.
Wow.
Yep.
That is crazy. I had no idea. I'm like, I'm so terrible with the Carl, it's funny. Your birthday is January 21st. Mine's the 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a 1-2-3 baby.
That's why when you see, like, you'll see the bot and say somebody shoot the bot, meanwhile they did 5 minutes ago, because
Mm-hmm.
you see StreamYard stuff, so it don't show deleted to you. Same thing with that.
Right. Okay.
It'll still show it to you because you see it on StreamYard. That's one aspect of it, but when you look on a separate device, you see that the message was deleted. But it always
Right.
show on StreamYard. You'll never see something deleted.
That's crazy. I had no idea.
I'll show you right now. I'll write something.
Yeah.
I'll just say, hey, and I'll write, hey, I'll let you guys all see it, and then I'll retract it. Watch. I'll retract it. Remove. Now it shows removed for me, and it shows removed for you guys, but on StreamYard, it's still visible.
That's so weird.
Isn't that crazy?
And because I was gonna say, and I had literally no idea. I thought it just was there. I know you're on my Facebook, Danny. I remember, dear. I remember, dear. Let's see.
Yeah. I'm very tech savvy, guys. I'm sorry. I just don't,
I'm glad.
you know.
I'm like, so not.
Yeah. That's why I always look and make sure it's a comment that I know can be put up or should be put up.
Yeah.
Because somebody may not want something seen, because we can't get rid of that unless we get rid of the video or go in and edit that part out, which is a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So,
imagine. Bobby Joe. That's literally how that works. I mean, you know that. It's like only when you're doing something do people want to call and have a chat. It's like, it's usually when I get all the spam calls, like the wicked annoying calls, and they're like, call you about something you never even heard of either. I'm like, what the crap? Like, I don't really know why you called me. Or people think like my phone number must have been belonged to someone else, because I get like text messages and phone calls to pick up prescriptions at CVS for somebody I have no idea who it is. I'm like, I never heard of this person. Can you please take my number off her list? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, she was glad.
For those joining us late, we're doing our stream today, and we're also doing one tomorrow for a special guest. So if anybody didn't catch that when it was first said, we will be live again tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Yes, sir.
With a special
I already
guest.
did, Terrence. He posted his birthday up above, so I already screenshotted it. If you guys don't notice my hand swiping across the screen, that's because I'm actually screenshotting you guys' birthdays. I'm definitely excited, Carl, for sure. I got like in here late or whatever, so I didn't get to like show you the thumbnail or whatever, but I have like two that I am like really sure you're probably gonna want. We can put a couple of them on, but there's like two or three that I think are very fitting, can just kind of be like an everything type of, what do you call it, quote or whatever. That's what I usually use for the thumbnails and stuff, is like quotes, or I keep fighting for this one because I don't know. I just like it because I like, the fact that it says keep fighting. It's just like, this is literally what we do, whether you're in recovery or a survivor or both. Oh, thanks, Steph. I don't know why. I think, I don't know if I screenshotted his earlier. Yep, that's exactly why my name is just Julz123.
Yes, Krasika, that is 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yep, same time as today. Absolutely.
Can I just celebrate with you guys? I was doctor hooked on opiates about 10 years ago, and it is now 30 days since I have had to take any sub. Yeah, Lynn.
Nice.
Yay. Congratulations. That's freaking awesome. That is so freaking cool.
Where's that message?
It was
Uh,
Lynn's, right here.
Len?
Yeah, beautiful Lynn. So proud of you, Lynn. That's so awesome.
Oh yeah,
How do you feel?
that's
Like, you must,
wonderful, Len.
yeah. It's like, it's like you just feel so good about yourself too. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like,
Ah,
relieved and just being able to feel new,
oh yeah, that's wonderful. Absolutely. Yeah.
You should be excited, Lynn. Very, very excited. That's so
Mm-hmm.
awesome. Absolutely. Let's see. Recovery is a difficult, but yeah, it is very inspiring and difficult. It's like every day, you fighting with yourself, so it's difficult, but like I said before, I do every single night. I write a gratitude list and I write 3 things that I was grateful for that day. Um, and it can be anything, just grateful to hug my kids or grateful that I had soda or, anything. But it just kind of keeps you humble and it kind of keeps you like your mindset in the right place.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's a big deal. I feel like when I didn't do the gratitude list, was really when I'd get in my head a lot. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to appreciate the little things. I would be more able to complain about random shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't have instead of like I have this now. Like I didn't have this forever ago. Like it took me so much like fighting and all the shit you go through to get to this place, like have your own apartment, be able to pay your own bills, have your kids with you. It's like now for me to complain about not having something would be completely ridiculous. It's like I was under a bridge for like 2-3 months using, so it's like I'm being able to be in my own apartment. I just feel like I don't really have a right to complain. I do,
Mm.
but I don't, you know.
It could be better. It could be worse.
Yeah,
That's why I say, SSDD, same shit, different day. It could be better and it could be worse.
very
Um,
true. Don't mind my loud ass lemonade, guys. I gotta. Oh, it's
Len, were you on them for 10 years? How long were you on the subs for, if you don't mind me asking?
That's what I'm still taking my subs. I've been on them for the last 2 years since I left my ex.
Mm-hmm.
I found needles in his drawer and it made me want to use. And so I called up my DCF worker, I called my therapist, and I called my daughter to tell them like I'm in my head now because now like there was literal needles like there, like reachable for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I was like freaking out, and I'm like, I don't want to like put myself in that position to risk my sobriety, like you know what I mean. So it was actually cool. My therapist came right over um, and sat with me until my daughter came, and then my daughter stayed with me through the night. So she was like, "Thanks," but the DCF worker was like, "I really am gonna just suggest that you get on the Suboxone." She's like, "I don't want you to put your sobriety at risk because you've gotten this far, and we don't want to have to worry about where the kids are going to go if you relapse,
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yeah, that's true. So I did it more as a preventative. I was on the methadone clinic when I first got in recovery almost 9 years ago. So I was on that, I think, for like a year, and I was determined. I was like, I gotta get off of the methadone clinic. So I tapered down 1 milligram every Friday, and got off really quick. But I was only on, I think the highest I went was 40 milligrams. So it wasn't like it was too bad. But I was just too afraid to go any higher. I'm like, I don't want to be one of the. It was my
It
goal
happens.
to be
Yeah.
temporary.
I mean, if it and MJ, I saw that one comment, but I don't know if you want that on the screen. I'm sorry to hear that. Sister was murdered and two out of
Yeah,
her four kids. Oh, yeah, I see that, but I'm not going to put that up out of respect. But um, yeah, I mean, if staying on for life, keeps you living a productive
absolutely.
life,
Yeah,
then
it's not a negative thing by any means.
yeah,
I know plenty of people who do it. And I mean, realistically, like, I just cheer them on because you're waking up another day. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm,
Um, at the end of the day, you are still sober to me. You are still fighting, to maintain your sobriety. So I feel like to knock somebody who's on that type of a program, whether it's methadone or Suboxone, is really fucked up. Um,
mm-hmm,
it is still being sober, you know. But like that's why I never used to do like NA meetings because they feel differently in there. Like they would shame me for being on methadone. One of my friends used to go to a AA, and she's like, they're way more accepting there at AA meetings. And she's like, I go in there, they know I'm on methadone, they don't care. They're like, good for you, like, you're clean, So I don't know why they're like that. I think I know that they say a drug is a drug is a drug, but it's like this drug saved my life, you know.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'm like breathing still, so to me it's different,
Absolutely. Yeah,
you know.
yeah. They say you're switching from one to another. Yeah, you are, but like, who just wrote that about, get your next fix, worrying about getting your next fix every day. I didn't want to put that one up either. I mean, we see every single comment, so don't think we don't see your comments. We do. It's just some might rather not put up. Um, but yeah, that was just, I think it was Danny had wrote that comment. Is getting up every day and worrying about where you're going to get your next fix from. That was the worst part,
Yeah,
and what you
it's
had to do to get it and how and when and where.
right.
And I mean,
And how to convince yourself to get out of that habit of thinking that every day. It's almost like, instead of getting up in the morning and looking for it every day, trying to figure out, how you're going to get your fix.
mm-hmm,
It's like, you kind of replace that with the habit of, you're taking this every day. Like
mm-hmm,
for me, some of it is totally mental. So it's like now I'm like, okay, well, if I'm wicked stressed out and going through a lot of shit, like I've talked about coming off of the subs with my doctor, and I'm like, I want to, but I'm petrified when I'm going through super stressful stuff. And especially when it comes to my ex, it's like, I don't really have the patience to deal with him at all. So it's like 10 times worse when I'm like, now you're making me angry. And I know what I used to do when I was like that. So, I just gotta like pick up more hobbies, but we're tapering and just gonna setting a goal for this summer is literally like I told him that is gonna be the best thing for me is like to set a goal and to get there, instead of just saying, yeah, let's do it right now, because then I kind of freak myself out. I'm mentally like just too in my head.
mm-hmm.
Mhm. Let's see. I didn't even mean to hit that. I was trying to scroll through. My finger tapped it too hard.
That happened to me earlier. I was like, oh shit, did I do that? And I was like, yeah. Yeah. As you can see, both of my hands are over here, so.
I'm like, it was me.
I just don't want to put a lot of people's business out there. Like I know they're here and we loved it that they're here, but I just don't want to put it on the screen for
Yep.
the world to see if it's not something they necessarily want out there, you know.
Right.
Even though they're putting it out there, you know.
Right.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah, I feel like that kind of stuff's always up to them whether they, want to, if they'd like to see a message pinned that they think we won't pin, you can always ask. We will,
Absolutely.
I like that, Carl. Spread hope, not judgment. Keep doing what keeps you consistently doing better. Yep. My pain management stopped perks and started only giving out. So burrito, some people say that like the methadone is supposed helps with the pain, but like it sits in your bones. So like I have degenerative disc disease, so the discs in my back are deteriorating, and I have arthritis in my spine and my knees and stuff. So like my pain is really bad. So I knew I couldn't be on the methadone long. Because the longer you're on it, the more it sets into your bones. So
Mhm.
and if you already have arthritis, it can make it worse. Once I tapered, I thought it was going to be way worse, but my spine was hurting really bad for like 3 days. When I got down to my last 2 milligrams, I was hurting like my back. But I just basically kept myself busy, doing stuff with the kids and trying to, not have so much time to like be in my head. You know what I mean?
Mhm. What's big now is the Vivitrol shots.
Yes.
That was originally invented for alcohol when it first came out. That's what they were given was Vivitrol, and now they give it. That's for people that don't know, that's a once monthly shot that you go to the doctors and gets for alcohol or opiates. It's being used now more for opiates, but and it's a once a month thing. You don't have to worry about waking up and taking something at a certain time of day and this and that. And
Right.
but God only knows what effects it's having on your body though long term. Like what methadone does to your body.
Right. Absolutely. And it's scary to think about too. Like if you don't like I always make sure I do my research now, like, because it's like you just don't know. But it's like if you don't do your research, you don't know for sure what you're getting yourself into. You're just, a lot of us just get super excited that we're in recovery and we're, you know what I mean? There's something else that can help to assist us in maintaining the recovery. So it's like it's kind of hard to remind yourself like to do research, but just in case if you do have stuff going on with your bones already and stuff, you just want to definitely look into it and make sure it's actually right for you.
Yeah. Thank you, PNN, Emily, for sharing the link on Discord. She says, sorry, I'm late on this one. It didn't even cross my mind, but thank you to Emily and
Yes.
Cup for, all you do. We love you.
Love PNN.
So.
Let's see. I'm still reading old comments here. There's no hurry. Yeah, there really is no hurry. Like I said that to her before. Don't rush to get off of anything. Like do it at your own pace. And if you're gonna taper slowly when you're ready, Like you don't want to go like, doing too big of pieces like halves and try going down a quarter or whatever when you're ready. Because it kind of makes it like you're easing easing out of it, I should say. I think it definitely helps better, but either way you're clean, so who gives it,
Yeah. That, the Valium, I mean, obviously, I would assume that was to prevent, seizures, especially if you were drinking like heavy, because, for the people that do know, you can die from alcohol or benzos, but you can't die from heroin withdrawals. You feel like that,
Right. Yeah, I was
and
gonna say
I've
you
been there,
definitely feel like you're gonna die, yeah. But you
you know,
don't,
but you can't die
yeah.
from it. One
Yep.
out of like 1 million people would pass from that, as opposed to alcohol slash benzos, somebody going into seizure and
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that
because
happening.
you can like, take a crap ton of benzos and black out and just, I mean, one of my friends had eaten like 30 of the 10 milligram Valiums, and I'm like, bro, like you're gonna fully fall out. You're
Mm-hmm.
going to fall out. And he blacked out completely. He had to go to the hospital because he had overdosed. But he just couldn't. It was like, he was also angry. Um, so he was very like feisty and stuff, getting
Mm-hmm.
taken into the hospital to kind of get, they had to do the charcoal. Oh God, that's just so gross.
That happened to
Um,
me many a time. Yeah, I
yeah,
blocked
yeah,
from benzos.
right.
Scary.
I luckily never, I never OD'd off of benzos, but I've been taking them since I was 16,
Mm-hmm.
until I went to jail. Then I, you know, obviously couldn't have them in there. But when I got out, I was like, there's no point, but I'd
Mm-hmm.
always been on Valium, Klonopin, Klonidine, it's crazy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like all
Absolutely.
that on top of taking friggin' the 80 milligram Oxycontin, and I was on 175 milligrams of the fentanyl, the Duragesic fentanyl patches. I mean, it was so much. I'm like, I was getting 120 of the 10 milligram Percocet, and I was getting Vicodin, and it's like, how did I make it?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I literally wonder all the time. I'm like, how did I not overdose? How did I not overdose? Like, I don't, it still shocks me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Even like the Xanny bars, like, oh, yeah, Jeff, yeah, those, I was on the 1 milligram Xanax, the Xanny bars, and I got addicted to the feeling, like just feeling like I'm, drunk all the time, but not, nauseous drunk. Like, it was
Mm-hmm.
just like, yeah, the loopy feeling. Just, it's like, and I can't imagine like what my mom was thinking, having to look at me like that all the time, whether it was on heroin, benzos, like the pain meds, like, she's like, I don't know how many times I literally would come to pick up the kids for school, and you would literally be blacked out, fell asleep on the stove, on the
Mm-hmm.
floor while you were cleaning, like I even like sitting on the toilet to just go pee. I literally would fall asleep because I was just
Oh
so,
yeah.
it's
I
like,
did too. I burnt a hole in like so many shirts and paint. Like my father would see me sitting in the chair, slumped
yeah,
over like this with a cigarette in my hand,
yeah,
and the cigarette would be burning through my shirt or burning through my pants. That's been
yeah.
me many a time on Xanax.
Yeah, I've done it in the
Hmm.
bed, like falling asleep with the cigarette, got the ashtray on my stomach while I'm laying down, and have
Hmm.
my cigarette in my hand, just fall asleep, and you're just like, you know, but then
Thankfully, for years, cigarettes are safe. They're fire safe. They go out after a certain amount of time now.
yes,
That's why if you look at the bottom of a pack, it'll say um, uh, um, FSC, which is fire safety cigarettes.
yeah,
Every cigarette pack will say FSC unless it's a reservation brand, but every
right.
pack will say FSC on the bottom of it. Let me see if this is a reservation brand now.
I was gonna say, and it's funny that you said that because, like, when they first started making the fire safe cigarettes, my
Hmm.
mom was still smoking Newport, and I finally had switched to the vape. So I'm like, what the hell? Like, why? What is this? FS on your like, what is this? Why is this even on your cigarettes? And she's like, I don't know what it stands for. I'm like, but yet you're smoking them. And she's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I get it. It's like, you can't help yourself, you know? I definitely don't miss smoking cigarettes. Like, my daughter's like, Mom, I'm gonna just get a cigarette if I can't go get my vape stuff. It's like, ew, don't do that.
I did that, Dickie. I used to crush up Xannies too and sniff them, you
Mhm.
know. It goes right to the head much faster, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
Don't last as long, but it goes to the head a lot faster doing it like that.
Yeah, I've done that with the Valium or Klonopin and Xanax. Just
Mm-hmm.
insane. So
You
bad. I
want
had
that
to,
feeling quick. You don't want it in an hour. You want it now, you
yep.
know. So,
And it's so
absolutely.
scary because it's like you know, you definitely get to that point where it's like you start wondering, like, bro, am I, you know, what the hell am I doing, you know? When they say your body builds up a tolerance, but my sister overdosed on Vicodin and Oxy. Yeah, I bet. Um, and it's like a lot of people say like, oh, like Vicodin isn't as strong. It's like if you eat enough of them, bro, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
with anything, I feel like, you know, if you abuse any medication, it's very possible to still overdose. Doesn't matter what it is, you know. I had to go for liver function tests and kidney function tests because I was taking so many perks and stuff with the Tylenol all the time, plus eating Tylenol because like my migraines were so bad and the Valiums weren't helping. Like, I mean, it was like crazy, but they're like, you're not supposed to have any more than like, I think it was like 325 milligrams of Tylenol or whatever a day. And I'm like, I'm eating probably like 20 Tylenols a day on top of taking the perks that have Tylenol in it. It's like probably not a good idea, but like, you know,
Yeah.
it's just so crazy to think about.
What is crazy is like you could die from doing too much dope, but you can't die from coming off of it. Isn't that
Right.
something? Like,
It is weird because you would think, you know, you're sweating it out, like just
mm-hmm.
the way you know your body feels, and it's like, how the hell, like, is it
Mm-hmm.
that, like, you know, it's just a lot harder to actually, you know, die from kicking it because you genuinely feel like death is like, you know, taking over your entire body. So let's see, my brother. Wow, your brother was a Golden Gloves boxer, huh? Wow. The PPA, the fentanyl patches are very strong. And that's half why I was really surprised that I didn't overdose and die because I was on the 175 milligrams of them, and I was taking the clear ones, the Duragesic ones. So I would pop like pin size, like use a safety pin, and just pop pin size holes in them because the doctor, you know, back then they want you to bring the patches back in with the box to verify, like you took them. You know what I mean? So I knew I had to bring the patches back, and the wrapper. So I would bring them back. He would never be able to tell, but I'd, you know, pop the hole in it and I'd eat like an entire 100 milligram patch. And then, you know, later in the day, I would eat the 75 milligram just to, you know, add to the being messed up factor. And I would only wear on my back the 50 milligram. It's like I'm literally, you know, there's no reason for all of that, like at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yep.
to eat them, oh, you know.
What's going on, Rob?
Hey,
Yeah,
Rob.
me too, Danny. I self-medicated
Yep.
every day. But at a certain point, you're not using to get high. You're using to feel normal and not sick.
Right.
You know, when you're a seasoned addict, you're not getting high anymore. You're just not getting sick. That's
Right.
basically
Exactly.
what it is.
Yep. Yeah, because you get to a point too where it's like, you know, you start by self-medicating And like, even like for me, I gotten to a point where it was like I was sick of it, but I couldn't stop. I'm like, I was afraid of the being sick part. Like, I had heard stories, like horror stories, and I'm like, I'm not ready to get off. I'm good. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna get too sick and I'm gonna end up just falling back on it. And so I was so scared. It was like I convinced myself to not be ready, but it's like, right, Terrence. I mean, it really is, you're in a completely altered state. So, it's like you could be sitting there and somebody could tell you the worst news and
Yeah.
it doesn't affect you. Like, you have no feelings. You have feelings, but you don't feel those feelings like you do, without using. When I was in my recovery program, it was a residential, and they make you go through like a feelings group, and they're like, so many people that are going through addiction don't feel a lot of their emotions, like haven't genuinely had a good laugh in during the entire time of their addiction, their active addiction. I had let out, like, probably, I think it was like 2 months after I'd been there, and I let out like my first real cry and my first real laugh, and I was like, what the hell? Like it just felt so different. You know what I mean? It's tough too, because then it's like now you have to process how you're gonna get through this, feeling that it is almost new to you again,
You feel good at that moment, but you
Mhm.
you don't realize that you're really screwing your life up more, though.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. Like, when I was going through the feelings class, like after being in my recovery program, like the first real cry that I had, I was like, how do I process this? I didn't know how to make myself stop crying. I cried for a good hour.
Oh, that's real, MJ. That ain't made up.
Mhm. Yep.
You're afraid to be sick. Let me tell you.
Yep.
When you experience that dope sick or benzo withdrawal, it's
Right.
you don't want to go. That's why people do a lot of the things they do to obtain those drugs.
Yeah. You only do it to,
Not so
like,
they can get high, but they don't
right.
want to be sick.
Yep. Just enough to make your stomach not hurt, make you not go through the restless legs.
Hmm.
I did that for a long time,
Hmm.
it's terrible and it sucks, but it's like, it is reality, going through that, and the fear of that is so real,
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
crazy.
It really is crazy. It's like,
Hmm.
oh, I like think about it all the time, and I'm like, that's why I will remind myself of like what I went through, like the struggles I went through, everything I had to process, being, incarcerated, losing
Hmm.
my girls, like so much shit. I remind myself of it often because if I keep that up front for me, it's harder for me to think of what it would be like if I went back, you know?
It's a Jimi Hendrix not too long before he passed away. He would wake up and party enough to get a normal state to even function. Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely, Dickie. Yeah,
Yep.
yep.
It is.
Just to get on, just to be able to get on the stage and perform a show. And the
Right.
same was going on with Michael Jackson for years that we didn't know about. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
it's with that propofol, whatever the hell it's called.
Propofol.
Yeah, you know. So it's crazy. And a
Jeff,
lot of
yeah.
celebrities use.
Yeah. Um, I where Jeff said Boston was hit hard when the Oxycontins were first released that's a fact. My doctor, who actually prescribed my fentanyl patches and all my pain meds and stuff, he was actually an addict himself, that he would go out into Boston and write prescriptions for people and trade it for crack.
Hmm.
He ended up getting fired after a long time, but like he was my doctor for like 4 or 5 years.
Mm. Yeah. I had well, he eventually was charged, but I had a main doctor that I would go to that, you give him $100 and he'll write you whatever you want for the month. He eventually got charged with the deaths of 3 patients. And I don't know if he died in prison or I haven't looked him up in a while, but, and I was also friends with 2 people. What kind of friends? They were more friends with my daughter's mother than me, but I knew them.
Yeah.
They committed a pharmacy robbery, and the boyfriend killed 5 people
Wow.
before. One of the people was a woman that was pregnant, so the death of her child was, counted as a fatality also. She
Yeah.
didn't know that he had the gun on him, for
Oh,
one.
really?
He brought it, yeah, he brought it in his backpack. It turns out the night before, she had called my ex, and well, ex. This was back in 2009. This happened,
Wow.
and she called her while we're sitting in bed watching a movie, and apparently asked her if they know anywhere they can go to cop some pills. I'm like, no, no. I'm like, hang up the fucking
Wow.
phone on those idiots,
Yeah,
The
right.
next day, they commit this pharmacy robbery. He got 5 life sentences. And
Really?
yeah, and just her being the getaway driver, they gave her 22 years.
Damn.
Nice Gordon Flowers shirt you got there.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
I'm infatuated
rocking
with
it.
it. I wasn't kidding. I
Yeah,
like it.
22 years just for being a getaway driver.
That's so crazy.
Yeah,
Trying
you
to
can
make
look up her story on YouTube. And my ex has gone up to the prison. Well, this is in New York, but she's at the Bedford Women's Correctional Facility in New York State.
Okay.
But if you look up, his last name was Laffer. Um, I don't even remember the damn freaking David Laffer. I'm sorry, David. Look up David Laffer on YouTube. You'll see the story.
I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna.
Yeah, and Melinda was his wife. And the picture you'll see of him is his face is all busted up because when the cops finally got him, he fought with the cops and they beat the shit out of him. They
Dang.
were staking out the house for about a week because they aired he was wearing a disguise, like a fake mustache and that, but one of his neighbors saw him on the news. But one key thing that he did was he didn't wear gloves, so when he jumped the pharmacy counter, he put his thumb down on the counter,
Yeah.
and they got his thumbprint. He used to be in the Marine Corps. They have his
Oh,
prints on
God.
file. Yeah,
Yep, I
he
was just gonna say.
yeah, he wasn't a criminal because he legally owned that gun he used, but
Right.
he left his
Yeah.
fingerprint on the counter.
That's so crazy. I always said, I'm like, dude, like, especially now being a convicted felon, I would not be dumb enough to go out and do shit. But even if I had been in the military or something, you're being fingerprinted. Like, I would, I'd
It
be
was a
extra
small
afraid.
mom and pop pharmacy too, but they got away with, thousands of pills.
Wow.
Yep, thousands of pills.
And what's
So
their name
imagine what
again?
if David Laffer and Melinda. So
Like,
they've been in since 2009. So she's only done half, and she's got to do a full 2 years. You know, that's not with good time, but you can look it up though. I don't know if there's a specific release date set for her, but he got 5 life sentences. So he'll
wow,
never see the light of day.
that's so crazy. Holy shit.
Hmm Sorry, I'm rambling. I didn't look at
Oh, you're fine.
the comments. Yeah. But it's just sad, one of the people killed was a 17-year-old girl who was in high school that worked at the pharmacy. She was helping out behind the counter.
Yeah.
The guy that owned the pharmacy was one of the ones killed.
Wow.
The woman that was pregnant, and then some other guy had walked in. He shot him in the head and killed him.
Yeah.
Um,
To be
Nobody was
honest,
supposed to die that day. None of that
I was just
obviously
gonna
was
say, to be
planned to
honest,
them.
I'm surprised they're still breathing.
Yeah, he got scared and started shooting away,
That's
so
so crazy.
it just goes to show what can happen to you when you're hooked on the junk, you know?
Yeah. I let me see. Where is it? Oh, this is what I wanted to read was PPA's comment. I lived and did drugs.
Let me see
Um,
if I type it in YouTube if he comes straight up. I know if you type it in Google, it'll come right up. But let me see. David Laffer. Yeah. Long Island Pharmacy Massacre Surveillance Details. Yep, it pops right up on YouTube. David Laffer sentenced. Manhunt for Long Island Pharmacy Slayer. And it's got the surveillance pictures of him with his disguise. Oh, yeah, he's all over YouTube also. 10 years ago with these videos, so. But it happened on Father's Day of '09, I believe, is when it
okay,
took
so I was gonna
place.
say I put their names and then I put 2009.
I got clean in 2010. Um, so at the time that took place, I myself was still using, um,
Right.
hence why they called us. I didn't really know him. I knew her because she was friends with my
For
daughter's
coming, Jeff.
mother, you know.
Right. We appreciate you for coming, Jeff. We won't be on too much longer. We usually get off around 3 anyway. We're gonna go get the boys off the bus. But
Yeah.
so you were here for a long time, dude, almost the whole time. Thanks.
And we'll be on tomorrow.
Yeah, please come back tomorrow, Jeff, and check out our special guest story with Mystic Carl.
We had a routine about 6 years ago when the hospital sent my wife home at 90 Vicodin pills. She took half of one and got sick, tossed them scared. Hell yeah, that's the best thing to do. I mean, in my addiction, 100 freaking Vicodin was gold to me,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 'cause
I
it's
was
like,
like, this, I'll be good for a
especially,
week.
right. It's like, I mean, if you're used to if you're used to using like other shit or whatever, like even if it's not your thing, if you're sick, you're gonna take it, you know.
hmm
Um, I will never forget like, sick days and my friend would be like, well, I don't have any perks, but I have Vicodin, like, send it. Like my stomach hurts. I literally have to get my kids, like, like just I don't want to be sick, especially when my girls were home. It's like I wanted to be able to like do things with them and I could not do anything when I was sick. It was like not gonna happen.
Oh, I
You
got a
know?
better one for you. I mean, because obviously, when I used to work for this company and go into customers' houses, I used to always be like, "Can I use your restroom?" And I would always check the medicine cabinets, right?
Yeah.
I seen a bottle of Vicodin from 1988. I took them bitches like they were nothing,
Yeah.
and they worked. They got me from being sick.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Hell yeah, 1988. Can you believe that shit? Like, why would you even have a bottle in your cabinet
Right.
from
Like
that
how to
date?
make it last though.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's like my grandfather was like he was having like I think he had one of his surgeries, maybe like a hip replacement or something.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my cousins was like in active addiction, and I literally kept telling him like, put it in the safe. I'm telling you, like, it ain't like it's that serious. So it was like 5 milligrams, like nothing serious. But I'm like, do not keep that shit out of the safe because when they come over to visit, you're going to be missing them. And he's like, well, I'm not even going to take them anyways unless I need to. I mean, he would probably take 2 out of the 30. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
it's like when you're done, take it to the police station, put it in the frickin', give it to either the dispatcher up front or, now they have like the boxes or whatever to like get rid of old prescriptions and stuff outside of the police station on the wall. But I'm like, don't leave it in the house because it's like then it's like you're stealing from your grandfather, and what if he needed it? It's like I didn't want my cousin to feel that guilt either, but like I know what it's like when you're sick, you're desperate as hell,
Mm-hmm. They make
So
a dog Xanax? I never heard of that. That's
yeah,
wow. I mean,
my
I know
dad,
people take like ketamine, K, because that's a what is that? A cat tranquilizer, horse tranquilizer, some
yeah,
shit like
it's a
that.
bad tranquilizer.
The liquid, they pour it in the microwave, get it to a solid form, and then chop it up like ice. I've never taken it, but this dude I used to work with was always using a work microwave to cook up his ketamine, and he was always in a freaking K-hole, acting like a damn goof.
I know.
Um, hmm
I was like, it was really such a weird thing to be on. Like, I always tell like my daughters would be like, "What the hell is that like? Like that must have been weird." And they're like, "Didn't you think you were gonna die or something?" And it's like, I mean, I don't know, but I do remember being in like K holes and like we used to have like a Tickle Me Cookie Monster hanging from the ceiling fan with a red cape on it, and then a big white K was taped
hmm
on the red cape, and we would just like make them go off. So he'd be shaking, and you just stare at it while you're in a K-hole. I'm like, that
hmm
is the only thing I remember from doing that stuff. I'm like, so that is bad. I'm like, that's not a good thing to do.
Yeah.
You
This will
know?
never happen to me, Danny. Uh, Still in the bag. I wouldn't have
Yeah,
something like that and not know about it, that's for sure. That shit would be gone.
yeah, exactly.
Gone.
I
Very quick.
it's like the days when you're sick, you're like sifting through your entire house, like checking pants pockets, or like,
Mm.
inside your closet that you hadn't opened in like months. You're like, there's gotta be something somewhere,
It's like somebody that smokes crack. They're looking on the ground and every pebble looks like a fucking crack rock to them.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
It's
oh, what
heavy.
is that? That's gotta be a piece of a rock. I don't know, but I'm gonna sure put it in the pipe and smoke it. Let's find
Oh
out. Like,
shit, right?
I mean, what if it's a crumb? you
What
know?
if it's sheetrock? I
Right.
mean,
Yeah. My ex had actually, not my last ex, but my daughter's father, was like, oh, he's like, we can boot that. I'm like, bullshit. He's like, it's the same thing
mm,
as them shooting up coke. I'm like, really? So he taught me how to break it down and make it a liquid so we could shoot it. I'm like, that's so terrible to like, I'm like,
yeah.
wow.
A K-hole is kind of like people that like would take benzos and like black out. It's just, they,
Like zoning out, like you don't
yeah,
register anything really going on around you. Like
the
you're
person
aware,
doesn't, yeah.
you can see what's going on, but you just like not, people talk to you over and over and you're just like not
hmm
hearing what they're saying at all.
hmm
It's like funny,
Yeah.
I think the kid with the yeah, exactly. It's like I gotta shake out the bathroom rugs. There might be a piece in there.
Exactly.
It's like the desperation is real.
That's for sure.
Like I mean I never like, I don't know, like for some reason crack was never my thing, but like coke and heroin was, and obviously the pain meds, but it's like, I mean, heroin was like my life, you know. If I couldn't get,
Absolutely.
it got to a point because I was on the pain meds and stuff and got addicted to that first, which is what brought me to the heroin. And then I, was afraid of needles, and I'm like, I'll never do that. That'll never happen. Nah. Didn't last long. But it's like once I started the heroin, it was like, I mean, I was like, had to be really freaking desperate to do perks.
hmm
It's like doing, 6 and 7 perk 30s, in one sitting was not nowhere near gonna touch me enough like the heroin did. It's like, God, that's terrible, you know? I'm like so grateful. It's like I keep thinking about it. I'm like, bro, I'm just so glad that I have to deal with that shit anymore. It's like so hard. I could have sworn that it probably was Terrence. I mean, like, um, one of my brothers he had a really bad alcohol addiction, and he went to a program and got help because I mean it caused him a lot of issues. Unfortunately, like, you know, stuff going on in his brain. He had a lot of nerve damage. And they said they told him at the program that you can actually develop a jaundice type of skin from alcohol. So, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it, Terrence. Yours probably was. See, is the withdrawal worse when a person shoots up? Yeah. But it's only because it's literally directly into the veins. Like, so if you're withdrawing, it's like the stomach pain, the cramping, the using the bathroom, like it is so much worse than when you just eat it or snort it. It's like it's shitty. Like not okay. Tough to because it's everywhere. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like I always said to you, I don't understand why like that. So alcohol is just as bad, right? Yet it's legal. It's on every street corner. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You can literally just, you know, walk down the street and say, you know what, like, I'm feeling sick today. I'm gonna go pick up like 6 to fucking 40 nips or a big ass bottle or, you know,
Yep.
and then it's like, you know, I mean, it's just so easy and it sucks that it's that accessible, you know. It really does. Because I know so many people who are, you know, are or were addicted to alcohol, and in my eyes, it's just as bad as what I was using heroin. You know, like maybe the feelings are different and whatever, but they are literally just as bad, except alcohol is right there. It's available for you, you know, everywhere and legal, you know.
Yeah. Absolutely. Drinking's rough. That's a rough addiction in itself. You know, it's even though it's so readily available. Obviously, you need money to buy it. You know, I mean, people can steal it too. But
Well, I mean,
um,
like my brother, he holds a job, you know, no problem with
mhm.
that. But he, you know, so it's like more than half your check ends up going to that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You're literally working for your addiction, you know.
there's a lot of function in alcoholics. Absolutely.
My dad was bad on alcohol. Oh, who said there were 2 years? Congratulations, Terrence.
Yeah. Congrats, Terrence.
You
Absolutely.
too, Rob.
And absolutely, and everybody in this chat that is you know, maybe struggling or has passed that stage. You know, just everybody being here. It's awesome. You know,
Yeah, it really is.
absolutely.
I mean, and I think that's another good thing about having this stream every week because it's like you do get to be open and ask these questions or, you know that you have the people within this stream that have
Hmm.
been through what you've been through or are, you know, currently going through it. But either way, it's like we can all be able to be there, you know, for each other to help each other remain accountable for it. Like, you know, if anybody ever gets stuck in your head and you know what I mean, like don't ever hesitate to hit up any one of us, you know what I mean? Like I'm always more than willing to sit and listen, you know,
We've
even
been
sit
there.
on the phone. Like I've
Hmm.
been, you know, a sponsor 4 different times, you know. It's, you know, tough too, but it's like you need to have somebody be there for you sometimes. Like you could be 20 years sober and be like, well, damn, you know, like I'm hitting a really rough patch in my life, like, you know, make you feel like you want to go downhill and just need to know that you can have somebody outside your family that you can, you know, probably count on to like be there and actually understand what you're going through, to like kind of better help you through it, you know. I used to hate the therapists that like the addiction therapists that like read out of a book. That's literally how they do things, you know, is through a book. And it's like, I mean, if you're reading out of a book, it's kind of hard for you to understand what I'm going through. You know what I mean? It's not the same, you know. Yeah, being honest with yourself is a huge thing. Like, that is literally, to me, that was like a major thing. That's why I think I'm so blunt about things, why I'm just like, I'm honest, because it's like, I'm like on an honest streak. I'm like almost 9 years later, and I'm like, don't, you know, if people ask like, oh, does the shirt look good or whatever, I'm not an asshole about it. If I want to tell them no, I'm just like, well, maybe try a different one, but I wouldn't lie to them about it and be like, oh my God, yeah, it looks so good. You know, but it started with myself. Like, I had to be real with me, you know, like being able to recognize that I actually had a problem and being honest, getting through the process of starting my recovery, you know. That was really hard, you know.
Absolutely. Let me hop back on our stream on my laptop here.
Thanks, Bobby Joe. What does this say? The odd thing is, most times I feel like I'm in my 20s again. Sometimes I feel like crap, like my old life. Terrence, I feel that. I like to say all the time, like, damn, you know, like my
Playing
son
from laptop 0A office.
my son tries to say, like, Mom, how old are you? Are you 28? And I'm like, yes, I am. Like, some days I feel like I'm 28. Other days I feel like, well, damn, I'm not even just 40. I'm like 90. Like, my body just feels like, well, everything from your past has caught up to you in this one thing.
I was, I think, 26 when my daughter was born.
Really?
Yeah, she was conceived at 25 and born at 26, or it was conceived at 24 and born at 25. Well, she just
Right.
turned 17 March 1st, so,
Wow.
but I'm not going to reveal my age. You can do the math on that one, anybody. I'm 30, by the way, just so everybody knows.
You're like, I'm 30.
Dirty 30, you know, the dirty 30.
Like, damn. Yeah, exactly. Don't feel a day over 90.
Most people say I don't look my age, but then again, you know, I'll be in like a different stream, and you know, I had this one person say 50. I'm like, 50? Are you crazy? I know, freaking
Like,
50.
oh, did you look at me?
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. I be yelling at the kids. I'm like, that's why I keep saying I literally sometimes I do feel like I'm like 90. Like, my body just feels like I'm 90. I'm like, I started, my first daughter was born when I was 16, and I'm like, you know, the more I think about it, like, it was easier to chase them when I was younger and, you know, do things with them. Like, now I'm 40 and I'm like, all this arthritis and shit. I'm like, damn. I was like, I literally cannot just like sit down, and I'm like, I'll go to crouch down. I'm like, I can't get up, guys.
So how old are you, Terrence? I'll let you know if you're older than me. You might be by a few years.
I feel like Terrence was here before when we spoke on it.
I think so too, but I don't remember. I'm getting old.
I think that was a bad move on you.
For 30, I'm getting old. I don't remember, but I do remember we spoke on this like the first or second episode. This is like our fifth episode. Let me look.
Yeah, I think so.
Let me see.
Terrence is 41. Sean's like,
No, you're not older than me. No, if I was really 30, you're older than me. But no, I'm older than you. Yeah.
you turned 42 in a week and a half, you said?
Who, me?
No, Terrence.
Oh,
So a
I
week
can
and a half.
imagine.
So
Oh,
what's the
wow.
actual day?
I'm
I
still
probably,
older than you.
I'm like, I probably screenshotted it above, but I can't obviously look in it, so you have
Like,
to
do I
read.
really look older than 42 though? Like, I mean, I don't think so, but
Let's see.
you know,
I'm 46. Rob, are you really?
Rob's older than me. Yes.
That's so crazy. March 20.
Mhm.
Okay, the 27th.
This is our 7th episode, by the way.
Oh, damn.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God, damn.
Mm-hmm.
That's so
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's so weird too. It's like doesn't feel like it's been that many episodes.
It doesn't.
Mm-mm.
No.
But it's funny because like people say all the time, they're like, I love coming in and just listening. They're like, you guys crack me up or like give me enough like feeling like the positivity or whatever that like to keep going for the rest of the week until you're on again next week. I'm like, that's so sweet.
Yeah. Because we try to keep it about positive stuff. I know we bring in like negative energy, but we have to do that to counteract and show what the positive is all about.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's it. I mean, we always like push in the positive after the negative anyways. So it's like, you know, don't really ever leave on a negative note. Like, it's like, and
Mhm.
to be able to remind everybody every week, like just to be grateful for, where we all are. I have to click new comment every time. To remind everybody being grateful for like where we are now, like all the stuff we've overcome and gotten through. It's like ridiculous. Like we really all should be proud of ourselves because it seems like we've all been through some serious shit.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
you know.
Everybody, has a different set of circumstances, that they came from and where they're
Yeah,
going.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Let's see. Now I jump in the car to chase a dog. Vicky. Facts. I'm like, I can barely keep up with the boys outside, bro. I'm like, I can't, like, y'all have so much energy. I'm just like, well, how about if we sit here and draw with the chalk outside, you guys? Oh my God. Like, we'll blow bubbles. They're like, uh, no. How about if we go run? Let's go to the playground. I'm like, okay.
Mhm.
Like pouting and crying the whole way there. I'm like, dang.
That's rough, but I like playing basketball with the kids, like, because I
Mhm.
used to play with my daughter ever since she was like 2, and I would play with her on the Fisher Price one, and now she's using a regular size basketball net. But
Yep.
basketball with the kids, like um, my cousin's recent party we were at, there was a bunch of family there. So a lot of them have younger children. A lot of my cousins have younger children. My second,
Right.
third cousins' children. So
Yeah.
I'm sitting there with a bunch of kids, anywhere from like 2 or 3 years old up to like
Hmm.
18, playing basketball with them.
Yeah.
And I love that shit, because in
Right.
basketball, you just stand in one spot, right? I'm not running up and down the court like freaking Michael Jordan was. I'm standing in one spot
Yeah.
shooting the ball and they go get it. And, but
Yep.
for me, it's fun.
That's what I do when we play baseball. We'll play baseball and stuff, and then I'll be like, tell Chase or Noah, like, you go run for me. Go to the next base, because by the time I
Hmm.
get there, you'll probably be getting to the next base anyway. So just, you know, I don't mind throwing to you or, being up for bat. Like I don't mind, but like the running is no, that's probably not gonna happen. And I just had like knee surgery over the summer, but now I gotta have another knee surgery. So it's like I'm definitely ain't gonna go far.
Four things we always had in the car was a wiffle ball and a bat, a
Yep,
frisbee, a basketball, and a football,
yep. Yeah, oh yeah.
basketball, football,
Absolutely. You can
um,
like play it wherever.
and a soccer ball. Yep.
Hmm. Yep. I know I told the
Always.
boys they're not to sign them up for more baseball and stuff this summer. Like just get them into more sports like to do. Just because it keeps them busy. It helps with their they have severe ADHD, so even after like a game, you know, they would come home with so much energy. I'm like, all these other kids that are leaving the park are like ready to like fall out. They're like, I'm ready for dinner. I want to go to bed. And y'all are like, wow, let's go outside some more. I'm like, no,
Mm-hmm.
please, no. You know,
Exactly.
damn. It's like there
Yeah.
really needs to be two of me for and keep up with one of them. Yeah, swimming is awesome. I love swimming.
Mm.
Like I mean, I don't like get to like swim because I usually am standing there with the kids or whatever, but like I'll get in the water with them and just like, you know, mess around and shit or hold them, you know, and try to like walk around, get them into it. But they're starting to get better at swimming, so at least now I'll be able to start swimming more again. I love to
Yeah.
swim.
I don't go to the ocean. Like I love the beach, but I won't go in the ocean water. But I will get in the pool.
Yeah, we have a
Um,
pool here, thank
yeah.
God.
I love
Mhm.
hot tubs. The hot tub, is great because it's therapeutic for your body also.
Yeah,
Getting into a
yeah,
hot tub.
it really is. I convinced my mom that one year. I was like, we went on vacation. We went to the White Mountains and we have a timeshare at Attitash Mountain Village. And so they have like an indoor pool and an outdoor pool, and then the hot tubs that are indoors and outdoors. And it's like the entire week, I'm like doing everything for and with the kids, you know what I mean? Not one thing did I do for myself. So, like the day before we leave, I
Hmm.
literally will tell my mom, like, I haven't done anything all week. Like, I just need to sit in the hot tub for like 20 minutes, like, soothe my back. Like, I deserve this shit after an entire week, you know?
Hmm. Hmm.
Like, something to convince her. She's like, I don't care, like, go do it. Like, I don't know why you just didn't do it. It's like, I feel bad asking anybody to help me with my boys. I always do because they're so hyped up all the time. It's like, it's a lot, So, plus they have the CPTSD. So, um, they get in their feels quite a bit, It's like, a lot to deal with, but we're getting through it. But yeah, it's like I end up telling people like you want me to sit with the boys for a little bit so you can take a breather, and it's like, no, it's fine, because it's like, yeah, I don't want to drive you nuts, and then y'all are like, nah,
Hmm.
don't ask me to babysit.
Yeah, I don't have to deal with that all the time, which I love. It's just that like gatherings or this or that, and I don't mind that. But having to go through what you do. Obviously, you wouldn't trade your boys for the world, but
No,
you have your
absolutely.
hands full with them, Jules.
Hmm.
That's for
Yeah.
sure. You
I was
know,
gonna say, anybody who's ever been on the phone with me when they're home, they know.
I
You know.
never been. I wouldn't know about all
Mhm.
that, but
Yeah. Love you, Bobby Joe. Thank you for coming.
yeah.
Try to come in tomorrow too, Bobby Joe, if you can, for our story, or at least pop in and listen or whatever, even if you're working and can't type. I feel the age of 27, my
I was
son.
reading that one too. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
good, Cupcake.
I don't think
I
any
wish
of us have accepted our age.
I wish I felt 27. Hell, I feel like I'm 70 most days, honestly.
I guess that's better than my 90.
Mm, it is. It is. Absolutely. Oh yeah.
You know,
Unless you feel good at 90, but
I hope so.
hmm
It's like I keep saying, I'm like, I hope I last as long as some of these like elderly people, like 90. My grandfather actually, on my dad's side, he actually just passed over the summer, but he was 92, 93 when he
hmm
passed. I'm like, damn. I'm like, Grandpa Jones, I hope I live as long as you did.
My
Like,
grandma Kirby, she was 106 when she passed,
damn.
and she's
It's so
at 90 she still mowed her own grass. You
Yep,
know,
yep. That's how my grandfather was. He's like, just gave zero fucks. He's like, does not want somebody, he's like, the
right?
second I give somebody else the power to take care of me, or, you know, kind of give in to that. He's like, that's going to be what kills me. He's like, me still doing what I've always done is what's keeping me young. And my Nana, before she passed, 'cause she had Alzheimer's, so before she passed, she used to tell us all the time, like, you know how I lived this long? And it's like, how, Nana? And she's like, I take a shot of Southern Comfort every day. I'm like, no. I'm like, that's not what kept you going. You know. But she used to crack me up because it's like, you know, I've probably for the last like 15 years, I never seen that woman pick up a drink at all. And I'm like, you know, you can't even say that now because that's, you obviously still been going without having a drink. So,
hmm
you know, let's see. Rob said, my goal is simple. I want to die sober many years from now. Facts, Rob. Rumor has it that Cupcake still gets carded. I live for that. Like, no lie, Terrence, when people card me for shit, I'm like, yeah, you can have my, of course you can have my
Mm,
ID. Like, damn. It's like, I
absolutely.
literally, I get super stoked. I'm like, Jesus.
I'm the
Crack me.
same age, Cupcake. I'll be 44 September 7th.
I was in a
Yeah.
store with my oldest daughter one time. We were getting her some clothes, and the lady that was helping, she's like, said to my daughter, she goes, is that's your sister, right? And she goes, looking around, she was looking for my other daughter because she thought she, you know, had pointed out my other daughter. She's looking around and she's like, where? And then she was like, no, her right there, the lady you came in with. She's like, no, that's my mom. I was
Mm,
like, oh my God, I am her sister. Hi.
hmm
Like, yep. You can say that all you want. I'll eat that shit up.
Yeah.
It's
I could see
crazy.
that,
Mm,
I could definitely see that.
it's crazy. It's like just so funny. It's like I said, I have to eat that up when I hear it because I'm like, I feel like 90 a whole lot of the time. So
hmm
you're
hmm
gonna tell me that I need to show you my ID to verify I'm legal, or, you know, ask me if my daughter is my sister. Like, I'll welcome that. Thank you.
Absolutely. That's for sure.
And I literally had no idea that Cupcake was 40 at all. Like, not even a little. I
Well,
honestly,
I've seen her speak of older kids, so I kind of knew she wasn't 30.
I was gonna
You
say,
know.
I thought
Yeah.
I'd seen it, but like, I don't know why it just didn't register. But I'm like, I don't know. Looks
hmm
like young.
Yeah.
Always been like, I think I just thought she was like 30 or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So if you're posting, you got a 27-year-old, I know you can't be 35. You
Right.
know.
Oh yeah, that's
Um,
true.
I just
I'm
made
like,
up a
yeah, that's
random
true.
age. I didn't, she didn't necessarily post it, but I'm saying it's in that age range.
Mhm.
Mathematically, it's not possible. Um,
Right.
but if you're roughly 13 years apart from somebody, mathematically, you could be the parent of said person.
Right.
Um, you
Yep.
know.
It's like my mom had my sister when she was 14, and I'm like, I would be like, yeah, that's my sister, you know, like that's
hmm
not my daughter, that's my sister. Last person
Exactly.
that carded me, I asked them if their grandma was home. You're hilarious. Oh, there's my alarm to go get these boys off the bus. Couldn't see. You're funny.
Yeah.
Too crazy.
That's when you gotta tell them put your glasses on.
Yeah, exactly.
hmm
I'm just gonna shut my camera and stuff off so I can get my coat. Where are my sneakers? Oh, there they are. I'm walking into other rooms to get my shoes, and they're in front of my face. Yeah, I'm old.
Yeah, I switched my my footwear. I mean, I'm mainly a homebody, but
Yeah.
and when I'm home, I usually wear slippers. I have a couple different pairs.
Oh yeah, that's what I
I
just
wear
have.
one pair one day and another pair another day. You know.
I do it too. I just feel like I don't know. I don't want to like wear them out, and like I have a thing about socks. Like people think I'm a weirdo, but I have a serious thing about socks. Like it is a huge pet peeve to me. Like if my sock is a little dirty, I'll immediately take it off, change it.
Oh, I'm
I
the same
can't.
way. Mm-hmm.
It's like my mom gets so mad because every time we go into a store, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get socks. She's like, you just bought socks like a week ago. I'm like, so I have to have like brand new clean socks.
I changed my. No, I'm no shit. I'm the same way. My sister-in-law, you know, gives me or gave me shit about it. You know, I would change my socks like 2, 3 times a day. Um, you know, I'm the same way. So don't feel silly with that pet peeve at all because I'm right there with you. I can't stand when I see people that are not wearing socks. Call me crazy, but that's just me. You know.
I definitely hear that.
Mm, I would see people walking on the ground with no socks. It's like, dude, somebody could have pissed in that spot, and you're walking around with nothing on your feet. Like that's disgusting,
So
man.
gross.
Unless you're on the beach on the sand, you
Yeah,
know.
you couldn't convince me to not be wearing socks. Sorry,
Mm,
won't happen. I yell at my nephew. He will throw on his sneakers without socks, and I'm like, oh my God, that's so disgusting. Like,
mm-hmm.
go put socks on right now.
Yeah, hell yeah, in the same way, you know. And even after like, obviously I shower most nights as well. Most people know I'll shower like 7 o'clock at night, but like I'll just put my feet under the water just to rinse my feet off and put a new pair of socks on. I'm anal like that, you know. So my feet are clean going into my next pair of say slippers or whatever, you
Right.
know.
Yep. Agreed. I'm the same way.
But that's good. That's having good hygiene. You know what I'm saying? It's like you know that I'm gonna be a clean person, you know, in general. So you can stand within a foot of me and I'm not gonna smell like freaking ass. Very good hygiene is something to be, you know, proud of. I mean, you know, absolutely. Because I've been next to some people that ain't showered in like the longest time and they're freaking, you know, wearing the same clothes for the past month and the stench they let off, it's like, you know, smelling a freaking dead person. You know, it's
Exactly.
bad.
Oh God, I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
I
It'll make the
definitely
hairs in your nose freaking curl up.
right. Like, like, oh my God, what the hell? It died in here.
Mm-hmm.
And they're
Yep.
like, oh, not me. She's like, I beg to differ.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep.
it cracks me up. It's like, I just don't understand you guys. Let me shut my Wi-Fi off now before I go out and it is loud. Hold on.
Mm. That's funny. Everybody's feeling sick now. Yep. That's the way it is, you know, but you know, I take pride in my hygiene and keeping, you know, like, you know, my nails trimmed and, you know, all that type of stuff.
Right.
You know.
It's so funny. It's like just to think about, like how we have like the weird, like pet peeves or like the things that like no gets to you more than anything. Like, oh,
Hmm. Exactly.
don't do it. My daughter's like, I literally get to the point that I go to the store and I'm like, I better get a new pair of socks because if mom sees these with a little mark of dirt on it, she's gonna have a
Hmm.
corner.
And when I buy a new pair of shoes, I have to buy a new package of socks to go in
Oh,
those new pair of shoes immediately.
yep.
You know, ain't no old socks, even though they're clean, going into a new damn pair of shoes.
Exactly. Like, you
That's
don't
a
want to put
sin.
on a, yeah, I feel like you're making them all nasty. Like I'm getting a brand new pair of shoes. You know, you want to have like fresh, clean socks, putting them on. You know, like
Mhm.
I feel like there is no better feeling than putting on a brand new pair of shoes with a brand new.
Yep.
Like it's just that. Oh, it just feels nice. I'm like, nah, I need a new pair of shoes and a new pair of clothes.
Yep. Well, hey, I'm a clean person. Variety don't come with no he don't come with from under cheese. You know that.
Like it ain't that stink, that stench. You're good.
Yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely.
Like what I tell people, I'm like, oh, at least you're guaranteed to not have to smell me from a mile away.
Mm,
You know,
yep.
like it might be irritating that I'm like that person, but like at least your nose will be thanking you.
Yeah. And for people who don't like to like shower on a regular basis, at least throw on some like freaking deodorant. But even with that, you can't, you
Right.
can't undo funk, with doing that. You need to clean yourself. I
Yeah.
understand some people can't too, like if you're
Right.
obviously
Exactly.
homeless, but
You know.
so I'm not knocking anybody like that. I'm just saying
No,
in
no,
general,
no.
you
It's
know.
like everybody is their own person too, and it's like I don't know. Like my mom used to like say shit to me because I get up in the morning, have to have a shower when I get up, and then it's like I have to have another one before I go to bed. So like now having the kids and being super busy, it's like I'll wait till they're either at school or when they're asleep, to
Hmm.
take a
Hmm.
shower. She's like, I will never forget how often you'd be like, oh, I gotta get in the shower like 8 times a day. I'm like, not 8 times, but like, you know,
Yeah. Yeah, Cupcake, you're a month older than I am.
you're
Yep.
coming to Mass, Ryan. Cupcake, you don't look 44. You don't look 43 either. Like crazy.
Yep. We hit our
Exactly.
2 hour and 7 minute mark. Are you getting you're outside now, waiting for the boys?
Yes, there I am.
Hmm.
It's not choppy because I shut the Wi-Fi off before I left out of the house.
Got
Ugly.
you. There you are. Yeah, I see you.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So
So what
Ryan,
do
you're
you?
coming back to Mass, you said? Are y'all just like done in New York, or what is the deal? You got plans out this way? She does look 25, Terrence. Spur. Stay nice out here, but preparing for the 50-degree weather out here, and
Nice
I'm
blue
like,
sky.
yep. I'm like, we're
It's
going
raining out here. We got heavy rain. It rained a lot last night too. Had some heavy storms that came in.
We got crazy, crazy rain and wind last night. Probably was the same one. I know you're en route to to Mass, Ryan. I was asking how come. Like, are you just done in New York, or you got something you're doing out this way, or are you just like back to be back, like for good, kind of thing? Let's see. I think she has her numbers mixed up. Cupcake's like, hey, I'll take it.
hmm Yeah, keep the compliments going. Absolutely. Right.
For real. Absolutely.
So what are we gonna do, Jules? We gonna end it soon, or
Yeah, I figured we could do that. That way, it doesn't get chaotic when the boys are off the bus and nobody can hear me anyway.
we got our stream tomorrow, but that'll mainly be our special guest doing
Yep.
their thing. So we'll just be here to listen and support.
That's right. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. As soon as we get off, I'm gonna send him the thumbnails and, that way you got him to figure out. I told him he could either figure out which one thumbnail he wants, or I can just, make a 3, or if he wants 2, whatever, but I can put them all on the same thing. Thank you, Dickie. But we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you, Nat.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys will come in tomorrow and check on the stream with Carl, because I definitely think it's gonna be a good story. So I haven't heard any of it yet, so I'm pretty excited and proud of him for being willing to come up.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Thank
so,
you for everybody coming today. I'm gonna drop down and then
Yep.
Jules can end it out. But I will see you all tomorrow, and everybody have a beautiful day.
bye guys, thank you, and we'll see you guys tomorrow at 1. I'll make sure I put the link up in the PP Mass Discord for you guys. So, all right, thank you guys.